Well, Bailey, first off, how much more fluid has the offense been with Hema at point guard these first 5 games?
I think that question kind of answers itself when you look at our record. Jim is an amazing facilitator, an amazing teammate, and we just have really key pieces around her this year. So it helps when we have a full team of people who can score the basketball.
How much load off of your shoulders has that been?
A huge load. I never have been a true point guard a day in my life, so it helps to have Gemma, who is a true point guard, so I can kind of get back into my natural position off the ball.
What have you guys seen from this Mississippi State team coming into town?
They are a super athletic, rebounding team that's going to come in and, not try to bully per se, but be super physical and throw the first punch. So it's important for us to start hot and not have any letdowns, especially in the third quarter or even late in the game. We need to put our foot on the gas and not take it off.
This is your third Power Conference team in a row. Does it feel a little bit like you've entered conference play already, and how has that been so early in the season?
This is a really good test for us. This is a lot of good basketball teams. Thankfully, we do get to play them at home. That's not always the case. So, super fortunate for that we get to play all these amazing schools at home. But it's a really good test. It's something that I feel like we need to see where we're at. For further on in the season, but also for right now. But super excited that we get to play this great competition.
And you talked about seeing where you're at. What have you learned about this team so far, and where do you think, as a leader on the team, y'all need to get better?
We definitely need to get better in the rebounding category. I mean, that's something that on most teams can say that they need to get better at rebounding. I've thought that we've shot the ball really, really well. That's something that I hope that we continue to do. But I would say just our execution coming out of halftime. Sometimes there's a lull in the third quarter that we kind of need to eliminate. But overall, just like I said, just keeping our foot on the gas the whole time, the whole game. No letdowns or no let-ups.
I know you love to score. You're a born scorer, but you seem like you're taking even a bigger emphasis on defense this year. Would you agree with that? And I guess what's grown on that side of the game?
I'm going to have to say Coach Swag. He's very, very precise on defense. You can't really be a great offensive person if you don't get defensive stops first, and that's kind of our mindset. Get a tough stop. That leads to easy points, and layups are the easiest points to score. Layups and free throws. So that's where we're trying to get.
Bailey, I got one question. The ramifications of this game can be big. I mean, we're not going to beat around the bush. NCAA, everything. Has the team, and not talking to Christy here, not you, has the team talked about how important this game could possibly be come March?
We have. We actually sent in our group message a screenshot of the ESPN thing that they put out of all the bubble teams, and us and Mississippi State were in the same category right now. So them coming here, it's going to be a big NCAA tournament game that hopefully, we can do the things that we need to do, put the ball in the hole, get a lot of defensive stops, and ultimately win the game. But not just win the game by a big margin. That'd be a really good look for us. Thank you, guys.
Go, Bailey.
Sorry, I got started with that.
Well, Coach, I guess what are some of the concerns with Mississippi State? I'm assuming size might be one of them.
Yeah, Mississippi State has always been big, I feel like, in athletic, but obviously rebounding is a huge concern, and that is just for our team in any game that we play, but particularly Mississippi State, I think they pursue the ball really well. They run good sets on offense. They've got a great look, but I feel like they kind of treat every shot like a miss, and they try to go get it and clean it up.
How do you combat somebody like Favor, who I think 5 double-doubles in a row, something along those lines, obviously a threat inside?
Yeah. We're going to have to do that by committee. There's no doubt about that. And we'll have to, move her around as much as possible, maybe hopefully not let her just, own the paint the entire time. And we've got to try to find a way to keep her off the glass, which I think is a really big challenge. And it's not just for whoever's guarding her. I feel like that we've got to rebound by committee and we've got to block out by committee.
Just want to clarify here. Is it Gemma or Hema? Because it sounds like she says Hema on the website.
It is Hema.
Okay.
She likes it as Hema, yes.
Okay.
But I for sure say Gemma.
I was about to say, that's what I figured everybody said. Okay, I'll say Gemma then. How much has she opened up the offense for you guys? I know it's only 5 games, but it seems like it's a lot different.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I think first of all, just allowing Bailey the freedom to play Bailey's game certainly takes a load off, right? And I think the fact that Gemma is such a pass first point guard and like really wants to create for her teammates. It really opens things up for us, but she can score it too. I mean, she's not afraid to get to the rim. She's not afraid to shoot the three. But I just love how hard she plays. And because of her pace and her change in pace, I think that really keeps our offense moving.
Shelby asked Bailey this a minute ago. How much more does Bailey not having to worry about playing point guard maybe help her on the defensive end as well?
Yeah, I do think it allows her to lock in a little bit more and to be honest, I think her defense has not only become more relevant because of Coach Walters, but also because she's older and she's been in our system long enough. I've told her for the past 2 or 3 years that when she was a freshman, we had erasers on our team that were seniors, and they could make up the mistakes that freshmen made or that our first line of defense made. And I think Bailey is now turning into that eraser for us because she knows where to be. Our defensive philosophy hasn't changed. Our defensive system hasn't changed. We've probably gotten more athletic and a little bit better players, but I feel like she really understands where the help side is, and so that allows her to take those charges, which has been huge, but also rebound the basketball. She's been rebounding at a really high level.
With the length that they have, like, what's the balance of attacking that and playing around that y'all are going to have?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have to get past them, right, because their length is so good. But we're going to have to execute our offense. We'll have to be able to push in transition to be able to maybe get their defensive moving instead of letting them sit in the paint. We're just going to have to be super fundamental. We have to be really fundamentally sound, really understand where we want to get the basketball, and we just have to be smart. We can't shy away from their length, but we also can't challenge their length if we have a disadvantage.
And Bailey talked about it a little bit, but they're a team, similar to y'all, that really wants to come out with the energy, throw the first punch, like she said. How do y'all match that, making sure you match that on your home court?
Yeah, you have to, right? First of all, we're playing on our home court. So we know that the atmosphere is going to be fantastic. We know Lady Raider Nation's going to show up because they respect and appreciate great basketball. And I think that this is an environment and this is a matchup that they've been kind of yearning for the past couple of years. And so I feel like, the adrenaline's going to be in the building, the energy's going to be in the building. So I really think that either team is we're probably going to throw the first punch together, at the same time. But we'll see how that goes. But I feel like our kids just have to appreciate the fact that how hard they've worked to get this opportunity, to get this type of opponent on our home floor in the non-conference, to get the crowd that we're expecting to have, and just the matchup, right? It's a great opportunity for us, and I think that our kids will rise up for that challenge.
And defensively, if y'all do what you want to do and force them to play a little half-court basketball, how important is communication on that end with all the actions that they run?
Yeah, well, defense has to have communication or on anything, any type of offense that they run. We've got to communicate really, really well. We've got to communicate on screens. We've got to communicate on rotations. We've got to communicate on personnel. We've got to communicate on the boards. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but I do feel like that's been one of our strengths as of late is our defensive communication.
And Bailey talked about their sharing it around the group text and things like that. Is that something you like to see, a team that's embracing the noise that's out there that people are talking about, then their expectations are growing?
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely want them to know what this is about and what the stakes are, and you want them to appreciate great opportunities. And when your team is doing that on their own, then it's important. Then that it's a priority, and you see where their goals are and what they're trying to do, and that it aligns with what the staff wants. Yep. You good?